I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, is that Dylan? Hola, mis amigos!
What are you doing?
I just said my friends. I meant to say my friend. Hola, mi amigo!
What are you doing?
O mi hermano. Hola, mi hermano.
Hola.
¿Qué tal?
Muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien. ¿Por qué?
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué?
Hace calor.
That was Spanish with Serena and Dylan. What's up, guys? Or should I be saying hola mis amigos? So basically today I'm going to be telling you guys some ways to revise Spanish or Español. So basically I got a 7 in Spanish, which is equivalent to an A. So yeah, somehow these tips work, so maybe it'll work for you guys. I know how difficult languages in general, like not just Spanish, can be, because like I was struggling, I was having mental breakdowns, I was failing. I begged my teacher to move me down to foundation. Thank God he didn't though. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. So the first thing is a website, well, not just a website, it's like an app as well, that you can use for vocabulary, because vocabulary is so important, not only for with speaking and writing so that you have lots of vocabulary to use, but within your listening and your reading so you can understand all the vocabulary, or at least get like an idea of what's going on. It's called Memrise. You've probably heard of it if you do a language. So Memrise is a great resource for learning Spanish vocabulary, German, whatever language you do. And I know my teacher assigned us like set ones to do on there, but like you can find your own on there, or you can make your own. I prefer it over Quizlet just because it like makes you type out, like it tests you, because it'll make you like type out the words as well as like, you know, clicking which is the right translation of it. And I think it's just a great way to learn vocabulary. Also forgot to kind of mention, you can like use it anywhere. You can use it on the bus to school, you can use it at home, you download the app on your phone, whatever works for you. And yeah, it's just a really proactive way to be learning vocabulary, because it's like testing you as you go along. The next tip is to learn kind of universal phrases, so phrases that can be used kind of anywhere. You can use that in your writing exam, and you can use it in your speaking exam. For example, I remember I memorized 2 similes that I could use in my writing exam as well as speaking to, you know, hit those top marks. So I think one of them was like, es tan divertido como un parque temático, so it's as fun as a theme park. And then there was another one like, es tan aburrido como mi profesor matemáticas, so it's as boring as my maths teacher. So yeah, just remembering phrases like that can, you know, bump up those marks in your speaking and writing, because it's sophisticated. I'm using a simile and it just, you know, sounds pretty good. Particularly for kind of reading and listening is doing past papers, because they are so helpful. They get you used to the kind of questions that are going to come up, because there's so many different kind of questions in Spanish. So you obviously had like the kind of multiple choice questions, you had a translation question, you had like, you know, longer answer questions where you had to write stuff. So getting used to kind of the feel of how they're going to ask you questions, and obviously some of it's going to be in English and then some of it's going to be in Spanish, so kind of getting used to that structure of exam can be super duper helpful. So kind of coming off of that with the translation section. So what I found is that I always struggle to do translations, because I saw it as this massive paragraph that I need to translate, and I was like trying to translate each individual word, but that's not kind of the way to go about it. So what you do is you break up the paragraph into its individual sentences, because essentially you're marked like 1 mark per sentence. There'll be like idioms and stuff, so you need to, it's not about translating word from word, it's about getting the meaning of what it is saying. And so just doing practice with that, like translating paragraphs, like search up online past papers or ask your teacher for paragraphs to translate, or you know, just search on the internet, and make sure you practice from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English, because it's just going to make your life a whole lot better. Because sometimes you might know a word like from English to Spanish, but when you see it in Spanish you're not going to know what it means. So same with vocabulary, learn them both ways around. Another really good thing, particularly for speaking, is just talking in Spanish. Most of you probably do not speak Spanish at home. Your parents are probably not Spanish, probably not native speakers, but just speaking Spanish. So you can do it with people in your class, like, you know, at break time. Start having a 5-minute conversation in Spanish or something. Or what I used to do when I came home, I would literally just start talking in Spanish, and obviously my family had no idea what I was saying, but I was just talking in Spanish because it will make you a lot more confident in speaking, which is so helpful, but also get you used to kind of, you know, having to conjugate and do the grammar in your head like quickly and on the spot, which is super helpful. And also it will just help your understanding of the language and kind of how to use it. So yeah, just try and speak Spanish as much as you can. So another great resource is obviously YouTube. YouTube has so many videos. There is videos on grammar, there's videos on vocab, there's videos on conjugations. I remember a video that my Spanish teacher showed me. So it was a conjugation song, and it was literally a song, and I still remember that song to this day. It was like, I'm bringing conjugations back. It was so stupid and funny, like watching that lesson, but it stuck in your head, and I knew the conjugations. Another kind of similar thing is to watch films or TV shows or listen to music in Spanish. Now this probably sounds weird because you're like, what? But basically it will just help your understanding of the language, and you'll get used to kind of hearing it like fast and in that native kind of way, because then you're listening. Oh my god, I remember listening and I was like, they're talking so fast, I don't know what they're saying. So kind of this can help with that, and you'll pick up on a lot of vocabulary that you probably don't learn in lesson. And also with watching kind of films and stuff and music, it can help you with your pronunciation, because another important thing is you don't want to be speaking Spanish but sounding like so British. So say if I was to say jugar, that sounded like somewhat Spanish. You don't be saying like jugar, like it just, you need to have your pronunciation, because obviously they're not expecting you to be a native speaker, but you have to like pronounce it right, if you get what I'm saying. I love this thing, I just love making post-its. But I remember we made these big mind maps of like the different topics. There's like marriage, and then like friends and family, and then technology, and then just mind mapping, like spider diagramming, whatever you want to call it, vocabulary that you can use for that topic. And then you can just like whack those posters up on your wall and read it before you go to bed or something, or read it every day when you wake up in the morning, and just get that in your brain. Another thing is use your teachers. Your teachers are there to help you. Honestly, the amount of times I probably went to my Spanish teacher was unbelievable. Ask them for practice questions, do like a writing exam at home and then ask them to mark it, or do a listening exam, but you can go through the mark scheme for that. Go through mark schemes as well, very important. But also just asking them how you can improve, what things they think you need to know, and that just kind of thing. Because I remember going through, I think it was a writing exam with my teacher, and he kind of, you know, talked me through it, told me, you know, what was good, what I was doing well, but then also how I can improve it to bump up my marks, because you want to be picking up those marks wherever you can. Right, basically another tip I kind of forgot, just as I was packing up I remembered. So basically it is make tables for grammar. Grammar is so important, and it can be so tricky to get a grip of. So make tables. I remember, oh, this is really shaky because I'm holding it, but we made a table for ser and estar. So we like split our page in half, and we made a table, one side for ser and one side for estar. And yeah, so make yourself some grammar tables and just memorize them. So that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. And yeah, I will see you guys on next time. Bye!